Hey guys, welcome to week 6 of the Love for the Game Fantasy Football League, where champions are forged and legends rise. With half the season behind us, the competition is heating up like a summer's day in the backyard. This week features an epic clash that will leave you on the edge of your seats. First up, we have Injury Prone challenging Gritty Fly for a Vike guy in what promises to be a thrilling showdown. Will Injury Prone maintain their unbeaten streak? But meanwhile, the Njoku seek redemption against Ibn Tootin in an attempt to flip their fortunes. As teams gear up for battle, every play counts, and every touchdown could shift the tides of victory. So grab your snacks, settle down. It's time for another legendary week of fantasy football mayhem. Let's see who rises and who falls as we march towards glory together. What a showdown! Gritty Fly for Vike Guys soared to victory over Bird Abides with an impressive score of 154.79, making them the second highest score this week in Love for the Game. Despite showing some coaching finesse, ranked 10th overall, they managed to harness their luck just enough to clinch the win against a struggling Birds of Bites team that only mustered up 94.72 points, landing at the bottom of the ranks. This marked another triumph in their rivalry as Gritty now boasts 2 wins out of the 5 matchups against Bird Abides historically. With the record now sitting at 3-2, they're looking strong for the rest of the season while Bird Abides seeks answers after falling to 2-3. Keep your eyes peeled. Week 7 promises more action ahead. The shadowy realms of fantasy football, a clash unfolded between Brock Hard and Caleb Williams fan. With 110.65 points, Brock Hard fought valiantly but succumbed to a formidable opponent who tallied 141.05 points. A victory clouded in fortune for Caleb Williams fan, whose luck danced favorably on their side. Despite their valiant efforts with coaching prowess of rank 6 against an equally adept foe at 5, Brock Hart's string of losses forced Strother into the abyss with 0 out of 2 wins against his rival. As the dust settled in week 5, a love for the game this season, both teams stood at a fragile equilibrium, holding a record of 3-2, and yet separated by mere percentages within the league standings. This score may reveal much about fate's cruel hand. In a clash that echoed through the fantasy realm, Mahomes faced off against the undefeated Titan Injury Prone. Despite a valiant effort from Mahomes with 106.51 points, they fell short to the Juggernaut's explosive 155.23 performance. It was a grim reminder of the fortune's fickle as luck turned its back on Mahomes while favoring their rivals. With this defeat, Mahomes now sits at a 4-1 record in the league standings, while injury prone reigns atop with an unblemished 5-0 record. This matchup marks their inaugural face-off. However, history does not smile upon them just yet, now trailing head-to-head battles at 0-1. The road ahead looks treacherous for Team Mahomes as they regroup and aim for redemption next week. In a clash of determination, Goff triumphed over CD's TDs with an impressive score of 135.16 to 108.23. Displaying skill and strategy, Goff secured their 6 highest points this week while mastering the optimal lineup for a stellar second place coaching rank. The winds of luck favored them significantly, propelling their performance as they pushed forward in the competitive landscape. Meanwhile, CD faced another tough setback in their ongoing quest for victory this season, marking them at a challenging 0-5 record. Despite their valiant efforts on the field, fortune did not smile upon them today. With decisive wins like these, every game is a reminder. Resilience pays the way to success. Keep pushing forward till greatness. In a battle of titans, the Njoku crushed the Red Pandas with a fierce 150.53 to 90.50, solidifying their place as contenders despite a shaky season record of 2-3. Red Pandas' woes deepen as now they're sitting at 1-4, ranked at the bottom of the league. This was no ordinary clash. It marked their inaugural showdown, yet the Njokus exploited every crack in the Red Pandas lineup. With just shy of 6% of the league's points this week, flowing from Red Pandas roster, barely making a splash, their coach faced scrutiny for an 8th place performance. Meanwhile, the Njokus swaggered off with luck on their side and ambitious soaring higher than ever as they pushed forward into the chaos ahead. In a clash that felt more like a chore than an exhilarating contest, Game Over for You edged out I've Been Tuned with the lackluster score of 136.48 to 129.71. Though they won and claimed the 5th highest point total for the week, it hardly feels triumphant as the coach rank hit rock bottom at 12th place, clearly not setting out their ultimate lineup. Despite their victory, the team's luck was merely average compared to their opponent's significant misfortune. Game Over remains stuck in 3rd place with a shaky record of 3-2, while I've Been Tuned lingers to the bottom at 2-3. All in all, this matchup offers little hope for any meaningful momentum going into this inspiring season. So, for this week in league history, I was gonna show something that inspired in 2016, where the person set the record for most matchup points with 226.50. However, 2016 was the one where we tried something different just to see how it would stick, to see if it would stick, where completions would count as a point and incompletions would count as like a negative point. So the scores are a little out there. I did um, get the scores from that game and put it towards like if it was compared to like a normal like a typical like fantasy thing, and it would have dropped down to 207 points, which would have um, put it under the top scoring thing of all time. So we're gonna move along to the week 6 preview. This week in Love for the Game League, all eyes should be on this battle between Injury Prone and Gritty Fly for a Vike guy. All right. Injury Prone is cruising an impressive 5-0 record and the team to beat. However, Gritty Fly is coming off a strong 3-2 record, sitting in 4th place um, with points, and is eager to take down the top dog. Historically, these teams have faced each other 9 times, while Injury Prone trailing 4-5 in their all-time series head-to-head matchup. After losing the last encounter decisively, will Injury Prone avenge their defeat? Fans can expect fireworks as 2 of the league's top talents collide. The atmosphere will be electric as both squads fight not only for victory, but also positioning heading into the playoff contention. Buckle up for what promises to be an unforgettable clash. And as you can see here, Injury Prone, okay, lost pretty big, 117.09 to 65.20. Okay, that matchup, all their guys basically had a bad game. Gritty Fly is on a 3-game win streak over Injury Prone, but this could be different this year. Their Injury Prone's 5-0. Luck's on their side. Could they continue their streak? If I had to pick a matchup, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Gritty Fly will continue the win streak to 4. But I think this game is still going to be close. I wouldn't call it my almost upset, which will be down later on. But this one was a candidate for it. So give me Gritty Fly this week. Next, we got I've Been Tootin' at 2-3, taking on the Jojokus at 2-3. This has been, so far in their all-time history, it's been one-sided. I've Been Tootin' has had Njoku's number 3-0. Okay, 3-game win streak. Their last matchup, Njoku still put up a high score, but Tootin has been higher, like had hit one of his best games in a 180.64 to 130.04. And I don't see that changing. I think Tootin is still going to get the W here. All right, yes, it's going to be a dogfight, but I think Tootin is still going to pull out the W here and go to 3-3. So give me Tootin here. Next, we got a first matchup ever between the Red Pandas or the Touchdown Packers. If you look on the logos, Touchdown Packers against Game Over for You. Red Pandas or Touchdown Packers is 1-4, and Game Over for You is 3-2. It's been a tough year for the Red Pandas. I know coming into a situation where they're already losing, but now they have to face a powerhouse basically in Game Over for You. And I think Game Over for You still takes a W. This team can score points on points on points. All right, this team is good. Okay, Red Pandas would have to put up their best game in the history, and Game Over for You would have to have an average game. I think for Red Pandas to win. That's the only scenario I can think of. But give me Game Over for You in this first matchup between these two. Next, we got Brock Hard taking on CDTDs. They had an impressive matchup the last time, where CDTDs pulled out a narrow win, 117.29 to 103. But this year is different. Brock Hard is sitting at 3-2, and CDTDs are sitting at 0-5. Both on losing streaks, both looking to break that habit of losing. If I had to pick a matchup, I think Brock Hard pulls out a win in another epic clash. But in this game is going to be my almost upset of the week. CD Lee or CDTDs, I could see pulling off an upset, but I think it's still going to be close where Brock Hard takes the W. So give me Brock Hard in this scenario. Next, we go to the 4-1 Mahomes versus the 2-3 Bird Abides in the first ever matchup. Mahomes has had an impressive season, and Bird Abides has been going back and forth. However, they are on a 2-game losing streak. They've lost. So this matchup it looks like it would favor in Mahomes' way. But anything can happen. And I think this is where Bird Abides takes the win. In a close matchup, I could see by 3 points. So give me Bird Abides over Mahomes. It's all right. I'm betting against Mahomes this week. We'll see if that comes back to bite me. And last, we've got the Goff team at 2-3 taking on the Caleb Williams fan at 3-2. This matchup last time was a classic, a 132.62 to 129.21. But favored in the history favors Caleb Williams fan over Goff, as Caleb Williams fan has beaten Goff every single time they've played, at the record of 3-0. Now that begs the question, can Goff pull off the win this week and break that history and go to 500 and put down Caleb Williams fan to 500? My answer, I don't think it's going to happen. Caleb Williams fan's been on fire the past few games with scoring. So the only way Goff could win is a high score game. I don't know if they have that in him. Caleb Williams fan has been consistent. So give me Caleb Williams fan this week. All right, so now it's time for the power rankings this week. At number 1, we still got Game Over for You. Like we've said in the previous videos, he scores. This team gets dropped 200 on a daily basis if they want to. But unfortunately, it's been the 130s, 140s, 120s. But I still would consider them the top team to beat. Next is Injury Prone, sitting at 2, undefeated record, and scores a lot of points. Next is Gritty Fly at number 3, hitting at 3 and 2. Those two in the top, Injury Prone and Gritty Fly, like I said, play this week. So we could see a shakeup in the power rankings this week. Next is Mahomes at 4 and 1 at the 4th spot. And at the 5th spot is the Caleb Williams fan. The Njoku's on You climbed 3 spots this week as this week's big jump up 3 spots to the number 6. Brock Hart, after taking the loss, drops down a spot to number 7. Tootin still stays at 8. Berta Bides sees a big drop in 2 spots to number 9. And then Goff jumps up 1 spot to 10. CDs drops 1 spot down to 11. And Rand Penn still sits at number 12 this week. We will see some shakeups this week, but who's it going to be? We'll find out. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, that's awesome. I appreciate you. You're the best. If you could, would you leave a like? Even subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Even leave a comment. Your comment can be about anything. Could be what you want to see on this channel. What can we do to make it better? It could be your favorite NFL team. Could be your favorite moment of the season. The world's your oyster. You got the power. So, I want to say, I'm going to get out of here. My name's Commissioner Tim. To everybody, including my guys, good luck this week, and may the odds ever be in your favor. Bye-bye.